you had in the casting?
Well, we had I had a considerable say-so when it came to my own family. The judge is my wife. My son is Emil, and the pregnant stand-up comedian is my daughter. I actually wanted to use my son-in-law in the part of Andreas, but I think I felt at that point that I needed, I had sort of unilaterally made those casting choices, but I felt I needed to leave some of it up to unanimous vote. And so it was between Robert Dyke, the director, and Sky, my partner, on all the other casting. And I think my son-in-law, I think Gary Graham is a terrific actor, and he was fine, but I envisioned something else for that part of Andreas. And I thought my son-in-law had a great meeting, but I didn't get that unanimous vote from the other two actors, the other two participants. Other than that, I was there for most of the casting. I wasn't there for the casting of the little boy. Hate to pick on the little boy, but he would never been my choice. I would not have permitted that little boy to. I mean, I'm sure he's going to grow up to be a brilliant actor, but he was very, very cute. But it just wasn't believable for me. Everybody else was, I thought it was quite good. I was very pleased. I had a different choice. I would have voted differently on a couple of the actors who we did agree on. But it wouldn't have made a material change if we'd gone with the folks that I had in mind. But we did need, between the three of us, we did need a unanimous decision on everybody else. Why do you ask? Yeah.
I just thought I loved Eric Avari as the attorney. I loved Richard Hurd as the constitutional law professor. I thought both of them, especially with Richard Hurd, for as small of a role as he had, he just really brought it to that scene. I loved Alan Ruck as his partner in the lab, and I just thought some of the casting. I thought all the casting was good, but just some of them were just really good.
Okay. Yeah.
I like what you brought into the main character. A lot of science fiction, the male character is like a superhero. This is a very sensitive role for a male. Love lost, love gained, paternal love. He went through all the range of emotions. I really appreciated that. I enjoyed watching this character as he went through the various aspects of the range of emotions through this. And I enjoyed that very much. And I also do want to say too that the cast of characters. His co-star, his lady co-star, I thought was absolutely good.
Yeah, she's very good young actress. Yeah, I think Richard Hatch was brilliant. I couldn't have been more pleased. In fact, that is the way I wrote the role. That's what I envisioned. I did not envision the way Eric Avari played the defense attorney. I envisioned a character with some comic relief. I didn't envision the way he played it, which I thought was wonderful. I thought Eric did a terrific job. It was a surprise to me because that's not what I had in mind. But that's why that's how actors contribute. That's what they bring. They bring their own perspective and their own experience. And so I was tickled that he did as well as he did. Yeah. I'm sorry? I don't know what's going to happen. I'm at a point of some frustration, just trying to get it promoted, just trying to get people aware of it. I think the worst case scenario will be a DVD release, and we have yet to find a company. We've only talked to one company, and they decided against it simply because they didn't like our alien. That was again a consequence of budget. Could have been a little more authentic looking, but we had problems with budget. I think the people who built the animatronics and they built the makeup and everything. I think they did as good a job as we could have with the budget we had, but it could have been the things that I would have liked to see. Anybody else? Yes.
I just want to say that I appreciated having a strong female character. You know, a female in a sci-fi movie who doesn't just run around and scream.
No.
And especially in the scene when she was getting him to leave and was saying, "Come on, you got to get with it," and
Right.
control the situation. I just appreciated that.
Good. After I wrote the screenplay and waiting for this movie to get made, I wrote a novel. I wrote a manuscript for it, and that becomes even more evident in the manuscript how strong she is, and her conflict as to whether she gives up her career, to be with this man, and her career is quite viable and quite successful. So there was a lot of conflict for her, so I was quite aware of that. Okay. Yes.
Someone made a comment earlier that he found it hard to believe that the baby went from, so that the baby you saw after it was born, and something that thing that come out with Hatch's character.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if Richard Hatch had a line where he said, "Oh my God, that baby's quadruple overnight or something."
Yeah.
Basically, I mean.
He added, you're right, he added one line, which, so I didn't envision casting such a young actress. We'd seen so many good actresses who were 35, 40 years old, and I thought it would have been, a little bit better balanced, but for reasons, we didn't end up casting any of those ladies. But Richard added the line, how do you feel about the big age difference? And I think that takes the curse off the fact that she's so much younger. What? Yeah. And that was his idea. He said, I said, that's a good idea. It kind of takes the curse off the fact that, she's 35 years or so younger than he is. Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you for standing up here and talking to us about this, because I've worked in films for 20 years, and I've worked on things that were nominated for Oscars and things that I wouldn't show somebody I hated. And I know how much courage it takes to stand up in front of an audience and take, comments and any kind of criticism about something that you gave birth to.
Yeah.
And so thank you for listening to us.
Oh.
Standing there.
Okay. See you later on.